But at the same time, a lot of crowd control, a lot of stun, and even some good burst potential even on Team Pikachu. So this is definitely going to be an interesting game as you put it. The lanes, though, of course, as we like to talk about going into a game now as we're loading in here, I kind of thinking about it a little bit here from the Legion side, and especially with Book playing that Aluna, I do feel we're going to see a solo Aluna with a solo Torture maybe, and then a Hammerstorm Engineer lane could be coming out here. But yeah, again, we'll see how they ultimately decide to go back. Of course, Ophelia in that jungle, but Pikachu, they are kind of going to their lanes right now. We do have Engineer heading top with Ophelia, of course, going to be heading up there. And again, my guess would be Hammerstorm going to be joining that Engineer. So yeah, it looks like that is going to be the case here.
You called it,
Pikachu. You know.
Yeah, I've actually seen Team Pika run Engineer actually as a solo, but Book was playing it when that happened. So yeah, this makes a little more sense. As far as Hellborn, they are sending all 5 up top, which is very smart. I'm glad to see more teams doing that, as it's very important. They'll probably do something like a Demented Shaman Zephyr, and then like a Nymphora, Miraxis is my guess, with the Suicide Bubbles bottom.
Yeah.
Which is going to be very hard for him because Aluna has just such an advantage over Bubbles in her, especially in her short lane. But Aluna should win that pretty handily.
Yeah. So Aluna, of course, being down here. We'll see how Book does at that bottom lane as the lanes are eventually adjusted. But yeah, a lot of heroes up here at the top side. Of course, the Courier is going to run into the Legion team. Going to quickly fly back, though, as the auto attack comes out with that invulnerability and going to be fine. So we see the Legion side. Actually, I do apologize real quickly. Apparently, the sound, the in-game sound, not actually being on. So I might actually... Do you actually want to switch the picture real quickly, Matt, so that I can see if I can unmute it, because it might be muted. That keeps happening for some reason. So look at us for just a second, guys. Beautiful selves. Yep, sure enough, it was muted. I'm not even sure why it does that. But anyways, we are back in. Okay, they did pause anyways. So back to the game here. Got some in-game noise, and that's always a good thing. But yeah, you see the Legion team. They're actually still up here. In fact, Engineer, he's going all the way to the lane. Even was chasing back Demented Shaman. Needs to be careful though. He is kind of by himself right now, but he should be able to get down the ward of sight and at least block the initial creep spawn here at the top side. But what do you think about this aggressive Ophelia coming out here?
I think it's going to be good against this lane. I kind of was hoping that they would do something more like a Glacius, like maybe picked up Glacius since it was in the pool for Hellborn, because Glacius is so strong against Ophelia. I've actually run this tri-lane before. This is Zephyr, Nymphora, Disham tri-lane, and it's actually much weaker than you think. You would think it to be really strong. You got 2 heals behind Zephyr, but I don't know. I feel like if you get some levels on the other heroes and you get a good creep from Ophelia, they're still going to be able to burst someone down, because Disham is probably going to hit level 2 very slowly. So I would assume he's going to go the unbreakable route, and it's just not going to be that effective. But I don't know. It still could be strong. If they get to like level 3 without dying, I'd say they've won. But I think we're going to see some aggression before that happens from the Legion side.
Oh, yeah. And a lot of it can come down to whether or not Engineer can also land those kicks. Again, that's definitely not one of the more difficult stunts to land in the game, but if you do have a Hammerstorm stun on top, that obviously should make it fairly easy. So we'll see how this top lane does play out. And also, as you mentioned, maybe a little bit RNG factor as well with Ophelia and what creeps she actually manages to get. And actually, on that note, I was just saying how they're probably going to block this top camp, but do you actually want to block this camp because you are playing with an aggressive Ophelia?
I think, yeah, I don't know. Against a tri-lane, I don't know if it's that smart to not block it. I know a lot of teams say, like, if they're against a solo, like a lot of teams put a solo in the short lane, like a silhouette or something like that.
Right,
then you definitely wouldn't want to block it, because then you can use the creeps, pull them, and then dive while having your creeps on the tower taking the damage. Against 3 heroes, I don't know. It's a little risky. So I think I might actually still block it, but well, I can see where the strategy is to not block it.
Yeah, we see they're not going to block it, in fact. So a spawn is going to happen. Instead, he put the ward aside behind the tower. So getting some good information there when they're falling back and seeing if any reinforcements are coming or whatnot, of course. But to start things, we do see the pressure coming out right away from the Hellborn side, and Zephyr going to take control of the lane and get his farm up. But again, really these first couple of levels here, as you're putting it, going to be really crucial at the top side. So we'll definitely keep a close eye onto it to see how it plays out. But the other lane's taking place. We do have the middle. We got Torturer versus Miraxis here. Algae going up against Strifooter. That's that one name where did we ever find out what that means actually?
Story fodder.
Yeah, it was story fodder. Birdseed. That's what it was. Yeah, birdseed according to producer Matt. He said he looked it up and eventually it turned out to be birdseed. So I don't know where the logic is in that, but hey, to each their own with their name. But Moraxis versus Torture though, how do you see that matchup playing out?
I think Torture should have a good time. Although Moraxis, whenever you have a pretty tanky hero mid with the shield hatchet, it's very easy to get last hits. As you see, he's just last hitting like a boss right now. He's 7-2. Torture is 3-0 actually. So yeah, early on it's hard against melees with the shield hatchet, but
yeah, Torture
should be okay. It's actually relatively even though, but yeah. One thing I want to say about this top lane is that this ward here, placed by Hagi,
yeah,
it gave some really good information early on. They actually saw Ophelia walk into their jungle all the way towards the right, and actually Nymphora sitting in that camp, preventing it to respawn there. So that's kind of interesting. But now he's going to go towards the middle, and so I was just going to say they had good information to spot that Ophelia wasn't coming for the gank, and they actually were able to put a little bit of a pressure onto Hammerstorm and Engineer. So that was a very useful ward there.
Yeah, and it is showing in the creep stats. I mean, Zephyr is off to a great start, of course. He's now 13-4, soon to be 14-4, I'm sure, after this creep kill right here. In fact, there we go. In fact, he also hits level 3 on top of that. So yeah, Zephyr looking very good early on, but we do have a Minotaur being to control now by Ophelia, and she's going to eat through the trees, actually, setting up a path. Here we see initiation going on to Zephyr. They're going to try to catch him in the flank. Zephyr trying to get away. The turret slowing it down enough. In comes a Minotaur, though. Candy mark it, not even necessary. Will stun Demented Shaman, actually. So actually, that was a pretty good heads up by Ophelia right there, stunning the support rather than going for the Zephyr, which was pretty much already dead. And they get the Bloodlust kill, but that's what you talked about. They can catch them out of position. Obviously, as you also mentioned, Nymphora went all the way to the middle lane, and the Legion team was able to set up a very successful gank up top here.
Yeah, I don't know actually why Nymphora left. Oh, did we see something almost happen bottom? Yeah, Book is putting just so much aggression. He's level 4 to level 2 Bubbles. He is now at 20 and 11, where Bubbles is 3-0. And actually another kill coming out, well, not another kill, but a kill on Phil there, playing the Demented Shaman. So he goes down to the same combination that Zephyr fell to. But yeah, I actually don't understand why Nymphora is walked in the mid lane. I mean, he should have been like, Miraxi should have communicated, says, hey, I'm actually owning my mid lane, you don't need to come. Because he is, he's 17-5. Now he did have a little bit of assistance now from Nymphora, but he was already doing great here, so I don't know why Nymphora is here, to be honest.
Yeah, we were just talking about that, how Moraxis was off to a great start, and so it's not like he was getting completely locked down, so it is a little bit questionable what Nymphora was thinking with that overall adjustment there. You see Nymphora, speaking of her, she's going to get caught by a tornado here for the Vulture Lord. Now, Ophelia did choose to go Q, actually, and it does help set up the kill right there in the middle lane. Moraxis was chasing Torture in the meantime, not enough for the kill himself. Nice chain reactions. There's a Q coming out on Moraxis, and you see the amplified damage working right there. It takes out Moraxis, but yeah, Storyfooter with the kill. But you look at Ophelia again, going that Q ability. What is it even called? Nature's Wrath. That's what it's called. This is different. She even went level 2 of it before level 2 command.
Yeah, I like it a lot. I usually don't go the Q build just because I like having the leveled up Judgment spell so that I can port heroes back if I need to a little bit later on. But the Q spell is definitely still very strong, and I don't knock it at all. I think it's very smart. And I've actually been, yeah, you mentioned though he actually leveled it before command at level 3, and I kind of agree with that. The command only gives you, I think, a little bit more health. It's only 75 more health and a little bit of movement speed to your creep, so it's not like the biggest deal in the world for leveling it up. So I think the actual increased level into your Q, or if your Judgment spell, if you decide to go that, is the smarter route.
Oh, we see it trying to chase down Nymphora. In fact, in comes Torture. Can the Minotaur get close enough? It looks like not even going to be necessary, actually. Torture just going to do too much damage. The Minotaur stun did hit, but it didn't even matter. Down he goes. Storyfooter once again on Torture. Gets another kill. That is, I believe, 3 kills for him now. As, oh no, 2 kills and the 1 assist. As he is now looking really good here in the middle lane. So, I mean, this all goes back to Nymphora adjusting here to the middle lane. It started with that Bloodlust kill up top, and, it's kind of started to snowball from there. Already a 5-0 hero kill start. We have Ophelia. She's been involved in all 5 kills, as she is 2-0-3. Hammerstorm actually a little bit of trouble at the top lane. Going to use that Galvanize, trying to run away, and will be fine. The great Zephyr Demented Shaman combination coming out right there. Of course, the Gus into the healing wave, but not enough for the kill. And Hammerstorm survives. That's a needed kill here for the Hellborn side, and it's just not happening here. But yeah, Ophelia nice price is doing work here so far.
Yeah, it actually really looks like they're winning every single lane here on the Hellborn. Just look at the creep score spread. I mean, other than Engineer there sitting at 1 and 4, and he's playing support, you got 40, 14, 26, 18. I mean, they're farming up a storm on this team, and already they're a 4K gold lead with no towers down.
Yeah, this is a huge start here. 4,000 gold lead, 3,200 experience lead. We do see the Minotaur was trying to chase whoever that was ported. I believe that was Demented Shaman. He actually ported to the tower. And going to come right back into the lane. But, yeah, huge start here for the Legion team. As you said, all 3 lanes really being won on their part, especially this bottom lane. I mean, we talked a little bit about it, Book down here in Aluna.
Oh, my God.
Man, he is dominating this bottom lane. What was that?
Oh, you're right. I mean, Bubbles is level 3, Aluna's level 7.
44 and 24, 45 and 24 now, compared to that 5 and 0 Bubbles. I mean, I know you said that he would win the lane, but, yeah, man, that is just no chance. Bubbles might as well not even be there in this case.
Exactly. I mean, yeah, I was going to say the same thing. I know I said he should win, but really this part, I don't know. Some aggression coming out top. Actually, Ophelia might be in a hard spot. He does get the heal come out and hit him. Engineer gets the keg, and the turret is going to, it's so close to Meta Shaman. Sitting at, I think, under 10 HP right there. He is able to get out of
Oh my god, the Catman's chasing.
Catman's chasing. It actually hits him. Oh, the Integral. Oh my god, he was at 9 HP. You might still get him. He got a little bit extra movement speed there. 2 more auto attacks from this Catman. I think he might actually have enough mana for a Q.
Where's the kill? Oh my god, he gets the kill. Oh, that's awesome. Nice prize, doing work, man. And you see him buy his refreshing ornament there as a result too. So going for the early astrolabe, but yeah, nice prize. He is MVP status here. Early on in this game. 3-1 and 3 now. All 6 kills he's been involved in one way or another. Doing fantastic. So, man, I mean, this is looking just good on all levels here for Pikachu. And this is not the same 90s team that we saw against UNZ just 4 days ago, I believe it was. So, but maybe at the same time, Pikachu just is that good. I mean, we talked about they're kind of the under-radar team. They're 2-0 currently in the group stages. Pretty impressive start, and they're showing here that there's a reason for that. It's no fluke by any means.
Yeah, you're right. Like I said, Team Pikachu is a team to watch. I mean, they're actually Miraxis has hit both of he's hit all of his axes down here. Very good aiming right there. The stun comes out, and Boof will fall. So great play there by Alg, I want to say, from Miraxis. He hit every single one of his axes, and great kill. A very needed kill there. For Team for Team 90.
Top lane, they're also going to go for another kill. Again, Galvin is going to use Hammerstorm in a great turnaround on the keg on top of that. Where's the turret going to be coming out? The turret's going to be placed now. Hammerstorm will fall, but Nymphoria most likely going to go down as well. Oh, the heal at the last second. Can Dimension Shaman going to heal off? No, he could not. He had a healing wave, it looked like, but wasn't able to get off. Engineer will go down, however. There's a Nature's Wrath going out to Dimension Shaman from Ophelia, but now Ophelia going to have to start running away, but a great gust coming out right there. She tries to juke around the woods, but Ophelia in a lot of trouble. Entangles applied. Will it be enough chase? She's going to run into the creeps as well. That's going to be difficult for her, but it looks like in the end she will be fine as Hammerstorm also ports in. But Hellborn team, they're getting some very big kills here in these last couple of minutes, starting with that bottom lane as we saw with LG on Moraxis setting up the gank. And now the middle tower did go down, however, in favor of the Legion team, as we saw Storyfooter on the Torturer end up able to push. And he is actually at 360 gold per minute here. So, but signs of life are being shown finally from the 90s here.
Yeah, little signs of life. It's still looking a little bit grim at this point. I mean, there was just kind of a little bit of sloppiness coming out from Engineer and Hammerstorm in the top lane, maybe thinking they're a little bit stronger than they are, and kind of underrating the power of Zephyr with, full Cyclones on him with the Demented Shaman sitting behind him. I mean, it's very strong. And then now Demented Shaman has his levels. Helm of the Black Legion picked up on the Zephyr, so he's got his core items now, and maybe things will be a little bit easier for 90s, but still, I mean, you look at, like you said, the fact that Ophelia is so active in this game now there was only 1 kill now that she has not participated in, and then the fact that Aluna is just dominating in their farm is so good right now. And Bubbles has hit level 6, so maybe we'll see him gank with that kelp field.
Yeah, Ophelia actually in a little bit of trouble. She's going to get caught by a level 8 Moraxis. 3-level advantage. Puts a W up, and yes, it was used right there. Great job by Moraxis. Great presence of mind, expecting the Nature's Wrath to be used. And he was correct, so popped that Arcane Shield. Got the buff and ultimately got the turnaround there. So an excellent kill again, and the momentum, it seems like it is starting to slow down at least a little bit, but still overall, you look at Pikachu's stats, and they are up by 5,000 gold, as well as about a 2,000 experience lead. But Zephyr, he not only got this time with the Black Legion, but he picked up on Mystic Vestments here, and of course, especially against this Legion team, you want to get that ASAP, which he does. Moraxis, he's got a Steam Boots and Bottle early on. And then Bubbles, Bubbles is level 6 as you talked about, so we'll have that Kelp Field now and may be able to use that for some ganking situations. Speaking of gank, we see Hammerstorm Sun going out. The Galvanize going to use the top of that. Great Kex as well. The ultimate coming out from Engineer, and down goes Zephyr. Absolutely stood no chance right there. The support wasn't even anywhere nearby. Great quick kill there coming out from Pikachu.
Yeah, they played it exactly as they had to. A lot of teams would be like, I don't want to waste all my spells on this Zephyr, but you have to. If you don't get that Zephyr kill in that initial burst, the turn power of him plus all these heals is so strong. And actually, Kelpfield coming out in some initiation over here on the top lane. Stun coming out from the Nymphoria will hit. Hammerstorm does stun the Miraxis as well as the Torturer getting the stun on him. The W spell does activate, and I'm Miraxis, he says, and he goes around. But it's just kind of like a neutral ground now. Oh, stun actually, or Axe does hit rather, but oh wow, a turn kill coming out from Torture onto Hoggy there. Wow, really well played there by Stroidfighter.
Yeah, Torture making some big plays indeed, and Hammerstorm was able to port out as well through all of that. So it was great positioning actually from the Hellborn team to get a good turnaround at the tower there, but it was just not going to happen. It's just better play coming out from Pikachu. Now see Engineer also joining him, and Torture eventually is going to start falling back here, but again, they both stay alive, so very well played there. For Pikachu. And while that's happening, bottom lane, Ophelia and Aluna pushing it in. Look at Aluna. She gets another tower, or she gets that tower kill there. Actually, technically, Ophelia got it, but now Aluna's farmed 370 gold per minute. She's level 10 on top of that, which is the top level in the game. And her item's definitely showing. I mean, she already has a Steam Staff, actually, to go with her Steam Boots Ring of the Teacher. Another 1,500 gold saved up. So, top lane, big dive going on Dimension Shaman. Port coming in. That is going to be Zephyr. He's by himself, though. He tried for the deny. Unsuccessful. He needs to be careful to actually get away right here. No supports coming in. Bottom tower will go down as well, being that secondary tower. But now Zephyr in a lot of trouble. Bubble's going to run, and he does not have a Kelp Field for another 3 seconds, actually. Zephyr dropping. Where's that Kelp Field? Where's that Kelp Field? There, Kelp Field finally comes out, and Zephyr stays alive. Bubbles ends up falling, though. The Impalement's too strong. Gust's going to miss on a Hammerstorm right there, and so he will also be fine. Good attempt by Bubbles. He ended up dying, but he also did help save Zephyr there. And at least got a turnaround kill. But yeah, the secondary bottom tower even going down right there in favor of Pikachu.
Yeah, wow, this is looking really good for Team Pika right now. And again, this Aluna, well, actually the Torturer is the top farmer in the game, 425 gold per minute, even with dying right there. She is sitting at a Ghost Marchers as well as a Ring of Sorcery and 1,600 gold saved up. And also has a Mystic Vestment and a completed power supply. So curious to see what he goes for next. Maybe something like a Shrunken Head would be really strong here. Especially against the Miraxis, the Kelp Field, and all the gusts and cyclones coming out from Zephyr. So yeah, we'll see. Pikachu's in a very good spot right now.
Tankafed on Hammerstorm also just got his portal key, so
wow,
huge pickup there on a Hammerstorm. They have some strong initiation power now. If they didn't have that already. So, yeah, looking good on all cylinders, really, here for our Legion side. And that's going to be difficult here for the Hellborn team. But again, now the 90s lineup is that kind of lineup where even though we have a very hefty lead here for Pikachu, you don't want to count them out because they'd have great turnaround potential, as you stressed earlier. If that initial burst does not really flow together and it doesn't work out, they can definitely turn these fights around. Nymphoria is going to be picked up by Torture here. Torture, though, needs to be careful. He will be able to get away, it looks like, and survive. But, yeah, you see Nymphoria, that was an invisible Torture sneaking up on Nymphoria. Oh, nothing that she could do right there. So, again, Torture showing off his power a little bit. But yeah, as I was saying, though, I mean, with your Zephyr, your Miraxis, they were able to tank a good amount of damage. If you don't get that quick kill, all of a sudden, the fight lasts a little bit more than 10 seconds, and the Hellborn team starts taking over, and it could be scary for the Legion side. So that's the one. That's still the one thing that Pikachu, which I'm sure they're very well aware of, that to keep in mind. But they have a good lead, and at this rate, at least, it's definitely, you can say, it's their game to lose here early on. Another tower kill. Or a Hero Gush is happening in the middle, and Engineer ultimate going to be used right there by in comes Zephyr as well as the support. Engineer is going to end up falling right here. Will they have enough damage? You see the Legion team on the outskirts. Heal potential coming up. Miraxis with the ultimate activated. He'll end up dying, though, shortly after. Zephyr gets picked off, Nymphoria goes down, and Team Pikachu gets the genocide 15.5 minutes in, and they're already going to start pressuring the base even.
Oh my god, those heroes just got decimated. I don't know. The engineer ulti is so good for heroes clumped up like that, and you got a lot of AoE coming out from Torturer. The Luna stun is really good for heroes that are clumped up, especially now that it's level 4. It's going to hit 4 units, I believe. 4 enemies. Wow, a lot of team fight potential coming out from this Legion team, and I was gonna say it's almost kind of an all-in strat where if, like, we gotta go team fight. If we don't win early on, we might, we'll probably lose. But man, I mean, they're just decimating this game, and
it's paying off.
Yeah, definitely.
It is paying off big time. Already a 17,000 plus goal lead. We're not even 17 minutes into the game. That's how good it is. Melee racks are already down on top of that. I mean, obviously for 90s, this is game 1, and it sucks, but they're gonna hang in there for now at least. And again, I agree with that. I don't think they should be conceding, despite losing the racks even at 17 minutes into the game. But as grim of a chance there is definitely still a chance for the Hellborn team. But as you put it too, we saw in that last team fight, man. I mean, just the power of Pikachu when they put it together. It is difficult to stop. Hammerstone runs into more access right here, puts a stun out. Even despite having a double damage rate and runs away. But of course, being in the Hellborn jungle, not too confident that he's by himself, which he really was correct. So good job having the presence of mind there to back up. But the Legion team, they are grouping up here, and they're going to go for a jump onto Zephyr. Zephyr getting talented forward, actually. Zephyr in a lot of trouble, going to get locked down by everything once again. Will get bursted down. Oh my god, he saw Bubbles follow it up and just die immediately after. The Amphora Nature's Wrath applied. He is also going to get bursted down. And you see Moraxis comes in, but the GG well plays are already being called. Team 90s, they've had enough. Pikachu is going to take the first game here in this best set of 3. Oh my god, that was domination at its finest right there. 17.5-minute victory in favor of Pikachu.
I told you, man, this is a team to look out for. I mean, they played so strong. Their strategy is very, I know it could be questioned by a lot of top teams as kind of like a pub train status, but hey, it works. I mean, how are you going to beat that? Tell me. With all those stuns, you got to be very careful. I mean, things start to snowball too quickly with a lineup like that, and they know it, so they drafted it that way, and it was successful. And yeah, like I said, this is a team to look out for.
Props to Nice Price once again. I mean, Ophelia, he finished off only level 9 and 4, 2, and 6 overall, so maybe not the most impressive glaring score right there, but he was a big reason for that start. And Pikachu's lineup revolved around getting that early aggressive start, and without him doing what he did, I mean, maybe that wouldn't have happened. So he definitely, I still think he got the MVP for that game 1, but again, as a team, they looked so impressive. A very quick victory there. And, well, we're going to a Game 2, Trouf, very shortly after the first game just started. Didn't see that one coming. But on that note, the 90s, they have the work cut out for them. We'll see how they respond here in Game number 2. Once again, I was Breaking CBK. Joining me is Trouf Mador. Game number 2, guys, going to be coming up shortly here. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.